Hey YouTube, it's Charlie from Reader Turned Writer, and today I am reviewing my goals from May 2020 to see how I did. I'm trying something a little bit new. I figured since I have started sharing my goals with you, I might as well start sharing my goal review, whatever you call it, looking back at them and just seeing how I did and, being excited for the goals that I hit. I can talk about what I implemented to hit those goals, and the ones that I didn't hit, I can talk about what I'm going to do in the future, whether I'm going to drop that goal or try a different iteration or a different system to help me do better the next month. So I hope you find it useful, and I'll just jump right in. I am going to be using the page that I made last month and just looking at that to see what goals I set and seeing to compare how I actually did. Alright, my first writing goal was to write every day, working on my novel. I did do this, working on editing every day for at least half an hour. My second goal was to edit through the 50% mark of my second draft. I didn't quite make it to this 50% mark, but I am really close and I'm counting it. What I ended up doing was printing off my second draft and reading through the whole thing, marking where I wanted to make changes. And I didn't want to stop at the 50% mark because I wanted the big picture to be able to mark what changes I wanted to make. Now I'm working my way through my draft on my computer, actually making those changes, and I made it about one chapter or 7,000 words-ish from the midpoint. My third goal was to outline one of my main characters' plot and their arc for my next book. This was a straight up didn't do it. I didn't even start doing it. I have thought a lot about my next project, and I am making a lot of progress on the world building and plot just in my head, but I don't have time dedicated to sitting down and working on it right now. I decided that next month I simply won't have a goal for this project because I want to continue to focus on editing my current project. For reading, I wanted to read between 10 and 12 books, and I ended up reading 11. I was happy with that number, though I really had wanted to finish reading 1984 and I just couldn't quite squeeze it in, so I was one book short of what I wanted, even though I actually hit my goal. Another thing I wanted to do was read daily for an hour between 3 and 4 each day. I had this goal because I felt like I wasn't reading enough each day and I wasn't prioritizing any time, so there were days where I just didn't even read at all. I have to be honest though, I pretty rarely read between 3 and 4 in May. I was hoping that the system of having a set time for it, an appointment if you will, would help me, but this was actually a bad time for me. So between 3 and 4, sometimes I read then, but I often didn't. I'm changing my goal for next month a little bit and lowering my expectations. I am wanting to read for about an hour, 5 days a week. I'm also not going to give myself a set time to read during an hour, but just find the time throughout the day because that is what works best for me with kids and kind of a changing day-to-day schedule. My third writing goal was to identify strengths in the books I'm reading as a starting place for brainstorming for my own projects. An example is one book had mermaids and they did that really well, so I thought, my book is a fantasy book. Do I want magical creatures like mermaids? And then ended up deciding that I didn't want them. I didn't do this with a single book. I honestly just forgot. Next month I'm going to add a reminder in my bullet journal so that when I go to write down a book I finished in my bullet journal, I will see that reminder and it will get me thinking about what I liked in the book I read. My first YouTube goal was to save the text in the description box. I didn't do this either. I'm going to not set a goal for it and just add it to my to-do list so I don't forget about it. My next goal was to upload at least 2 videos each week. I did this. I had 2 weeks where I uploaded 3 videos and 2 weeks where I uploaded 2 videos. I have been planning my videos on Sundays, recording a week in advance. I record on Tuesdays and edit on Thursdays, and then upload them on Friday so that they will be published the next following week, and that's been working really well for me. I also analyzed a book. I did this with Harry Potter, although it won't go up until next month. I also analyzed 2 movies, which, while it's not a book, they were really useful for me as a practice. On Instagram, I did upload 5 posts a week. I have a system now where I take the pictures on the weekend, and all I have to do is upload it during the week. It seems to be working well for me as long as I actually take the pictures on the weekend. With Reddit, I have kind of given up on Reddit. I don't really think it's my kind of thing, or maybe just not where my community is. I'm not sure. I think I did one post on Reddit for the entire month. I find it very useful to look back on goals and see what worked and what didn't as I am moving forward. I feel really good about the progress I made on my various projects, and I am excited to do even better next month. How did your goals go in May? Let me know in the comments below. If you liked this video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe for lots of writing content. Thank you so much for watching my video. I will see you in the next one.